Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the webinar tonight. Going to give everybody just another minute or so, making a couple changes here on my end. Make sure all the picture is crystal clear. The sound is ready to go. Excited to be doing this evening. So want to welcome everybody to tonight's webinar. My name is Gary Stern. I'm based out of Indialantic, Florida. For those of you who don't know where that is, it's on the East Coast near Cape Canaveral and Cocoa Beach. Tonight I'm going to talk to you a little bit about biohacking, nutrigenomics, more importantly, what's in it for you, right? How can you improve your health, potentially improve your financial situation at the same time? I'm going to kind of give you an overview of what this opportunity is that you've been invited to. But first, let's not be strangers, right? So my background, so you guys know a little bit more about me. Again, I live in Indialantic, Florida, near Melbourne, Florida, on the East Coast, near Cape Canaveral. I'm married now for going on 19 years. I have a 14-year-old son. And my background, I'm an avid cyclist, surfer, love to stay super involved, very active along the way. And some of the things that I've done in my past, I was a physical therapist, trained as a physical therapist right out of college, right? And a lot of you are like, why is this guy kind of giving me his life history? Well, it all factors into how I ended up here in front of you talking to you about this topic today, right? How in the world did I end up talking to you about this topic? Okay, so I was a physical therapist looking for a bit more time freedom. I made good money, not great, worked with professional athletes from all over the world, but my mom and dad both got sick with cancer, and I needed something that would allow me more time, that time freedom to be able to spend, honestly, taking my mom to and from doctor's appointments. And so I went into the pharmaceutical world thinking that was the answer. And little did I know that the insurance companies would get their hands on that industry as well. And before I knew it, I watched 2/3 of my friends and family literally losing their jobs in a matter of just a couple of years. And I knew I had to find something different, something that I could still give back. I could still serve people and help people with their health, but at the same time, not have to literally live on the edge every day and wonder if I still had a job or not, or actually wonder if I was doing more harm than good, right? Because a lot of times in the pharmaceutical industry, we're waiting for people to get sick. What if there was a better way to help them earlier on in the process to remain healthier longer? And thank goodness I found it, or I guess I should say it found me, right? It also allowed me, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. It also allowed me to have a bit more time freedom like we were talking about. I was looking for something that would allow me to be a dad. Again, at the time I had a 7-year-old son, and I was looking for something that would allow me to be that dad in the back of the classroom, the one that was at all the soccer practices or the swim meets or whatever it was, that didn't have to use the excuse that I had to go to work, right? We all got to do something to make a living. Like Jim Rohn says, money is right up there with oxygen and water. So we've got to take care of our health, or else we're not going to be around long enough to be able to enjoy it. But we also have to find something that we can do that we are passionate about, and at the same time helping others and being able to provide an income so you have that time to go spend the time with your family, to do the things that you want to do. So I'm going to bring you up to speed on what found me. My cycling coach reached out to me and said, Gary, I want you to take a look at this. We really don't understand how it works. We just know that it's a way to help take control of your own biology, to improve your health and your recovery on a bike. Now, he had helped me already win, at that time, 4 state championships on the bike. I was working on the 5th one. So when he talked, I listened. And I took a look at it, and thank goodness I did. And what he shared with me was really around this, your body is constantly being hijacked, right? It's constantly kind of being broken down, be it from overuse in cycling or exercise, or from emotional and physical stresses being placed on it, the toxins, the allergies, the foods that we eat, everything, the air that we breathe, everything nowadays is constantly trying to take over our bodies. And what I found was through the research, was there was a way to take control back. Instead of supplementing your body, right? Instead of adding a bunch more stuff to it, Lord knows we've all tried different things, right? Vitamin C, vitamin E, glucosamine, chondroitin, coenzyme Q10, all these different things to try to add to the body what's missing. And ultimately, if there was a way to unlock your body, to turn it back on again so that it could do what it was supposed to do naturally, wouldn't that be a better way of doing it? And in fact, the answer is yes. And that's called nutrigenomics. It's using nutrition, natural compounds to have a positive effect on our genes, on the way they express themselves, so that you can optimize your genetic potential, take control of your biology, and become the best version of yourself. Now, I'm going to share a video with you that explains this in a little bit more detail. It's super short, guys, just a few minutes, but it'll do a quick job of kind of explaining in layman terms exactly what we're talking about. So here goes. Oh, you know what? Hang on a second. Let me do something with the volume. I forgot to do that up front. If you give me just a second here. And come back in here, share my screen. If I share the computer sound, you'll actually, imagine that, guys, be able to hear it. So let me share this. Let me play this. Come on. And
take a deep breath. Hold it. Now, gently exhale. Ironically, while oxygen is necessary for all human life, it is also the element that is at the root of the aging process. That's because oxidative stress, which is a toxic level of reactive oxygen in your cells, is one of the primary causes of cell damage and the adverse effects of aging. It's almost as if your cells were slowly rusting from the inside. There's no stopping the process, but as with rust, there are ways to slow it down, to inhibit the aging process, and even reverse oxidative stress. It's called nutrigenomics, the science of using nutrition and naturally occurring compounds to affect gene behavior and attack the root causes of aging. Another root cause of aging is the depletion of mitochondria in your cells as you age. Mitochondria that are the powerhouses or engines of your cells. Nutrigenomics delivers a one-two punch that creates stronger cells that are better equipped to fight the effects of aging by using the NRF2 pathway to help the body produce more antioxidants and using the NRF1 pathway to boost mitochondrial production, which inhibits the aging process and increases the energy level in your cells. Aging is inevitable. The rust comes back. The engine loses some power. But now we don't have to take aging lying down. LifeVantage's study of nutrigenomics fights the root causes of aging to help people look and feel younger, naturally. LifeVantage, at the forefront of nutrigenomics.
So that video, for some reason, has been choppy like that the last couple times I've tried to play it. We can get you a clean copy of it, but you know, the gist of it is simple, guys. We're using nutrigenomics to literally take care of our bodies, to help our bodies feel better. And in there, they mentioned NRF2, right? Here's what we liken it to. And I was talking to somebody today about it. Our bodies are like an engine, right? They talked about it's like a car. And when you take your car in for service, right, you want to make sure you're putting good fuel into the car or good fuel into the body. That's your food, right? You want to make sure that you're exercising the car, like taking it out and using it. If it just sits there, it kind of starts to break down and fall apart. That's exercise. We got to do the same thing as humans. But you also take your car to the dealership or to somewhere to get the oil changed. Why do you get the oil change? Does it make the car drive any better? And the answer is no. It doesn't feel any different when you're driving it, but we know it makes the engine last longer. Think of Protandim NRF2 the same way. Our bodies are oxidizing. They're constantly being broken down. And if there was a way to slow that process, that aging process, that oxidative stress that causes over 300 different conditions and illnesses and diseases and all these different problems, if we can slow that oxidative stress, we can help optimize people's health at the end of the day, right? So you don't have to take my word for it. The reason I show this slide is there is a ton of peer-reviewed science. That's published journal studies that prove, without a shadow of a doubt, it's not maybe or if or perhaps. No, those hypotheses have been proven factually that Protandim slows the aging process by 40% in 30 days. Go take a look. You can go to that website that I've listed there. It's called pubmed.gov. Guys, that second study, the one that was in circulation by the American Heart Association, that one stood out to me because I was selling pharmaceutical products that had research published there. And here's a nutraceutical, right? A nutrigenomic product, a natural compound that actually activated the body to do the same thing. It blew me away when I first started seeing the data. 5 plant ingredients. In fact, one of the other studies even talks about extending life, the life of a mammal. That was done by the National Institute on Aging. So I encourage you, if you're questioning this in any way, shape, or form, go take a look and see what the experts have to say. LifeVantage and Protandim, for that matter, have been featured all over the news, right? Everywhere from the NBC Today Show to ABC Primetime Investigative News. If you haven't seen that investigative news report, you got to see it. Ask the person that shared this webinar with you tonight. Tell them, I got to see that ABC Investigative News report. We can get you onto our website to get more information because that's our goal tonight. Really, it's education and information. The world will find out eventually about nutrigenomics. They'll figure out that there's a better way. They're over here supplementing and spending billions of dollars on things that really don't do a lot for the body. They don't extend human life. They don't or extend the life of a mammal, I should be careful. They don't extend the life of a mammal. They don't lower oxidative stress. It's really virtually just kind of throwing your money away. And when they figure out there's a better way, that's going to shift. And you're finding out about that information before everybody else does. So you see some of the accolades that we've garnered there, patents on the products. That was important for me. When I was looking at it from a scientific standpoint, I wanted to know it would work. So the proof was there in the very first study. They took blood, they turned around and tested the subjects for 30 days, took their blood again, and the oxidative stress was lowered by 40% in 30 days. That's cellular aging slowed down by 40%. Told that person today, I said, it's like I'm aging 7 months out of the year and taking the other 5 months off. It's literally that way of that type of an analogy of explaining it. So we took that same strategy, but that same formulation, and we've actually expanded from that initial NRF2 activation. We expanded into NRF1 activation. That's where we're increasing our body's production of mitochondria, and not only the production, but how much your body's able to utilize it. So you've got that 1-2 punch. Mitochondria gives you energy. That's like fueling up the car, and then you're getting the oil change with the Protandim Nerf 2, getting rid of the inflammation and oxidation and other issues. You can use the probiotic to get your gut in check. Guys, that's where half of your immune system is housed. If you're not taking a probiotic, you're losing out on boosting your immunity. You're losing out on cognitive function even as well. The same thing, Omega Plus, that's going to help with your cardiovascular function over the long run. So you're using the Vitality Stack as the foundation. Think of it as that foundation for biohacking your health, or the foundation for literally looking, feeling, and performing at your best. And then you can build from there. Like I said, they took that NRF2 technology and put it into a skincare system and into a hair care system. And guys, if you haven't seen some of the before and after pictures, again, get with the person that shared this webinar with you and ask to see those, because that's the only NRF2 activated skincare system in the world. It's patented. Nobody can copy it. What does that mean? It's not just going to make your skin look better, but it's getting rid of fine lines, wrinkles, the bags under your eyes, all those things. But what it's going to do ultimately is slow the cellular aging of your skin, slow the cellular aging of your hair, right? Make your hair look cleaner and healthier because it's not using all those chemicals along the way. What about our pets? People want their dogs to live longer. That's what NRF2 activation does for your furry friends. That's what Protandim is there. Sliding down the line, you've got NRF2 activated nootropics. It's a fancy word for brain function, right? You're literally turning your brain back. That's kind of like Thanos right there. Turning your brain back on again so that you can focus with clarity and concentration without all the chemicals and stimulants and other garbage that's in those energy drinks that you see the people hawking on television all the time, all the extreme athletes, my favorite people. Then lastly, we have that not only holistic, but also smart weight management so that you're not just losing weight, but you're literally making some lifestyle changes to get a healthy amount of nutrition back into your body and get to that optimal weight that you're looking for. So you're probably scratching your head and saying, okay, great. I've never heard of some of these things before. Sounds amazing. How do I get my hands on these products? And it's simple. We literally do it through a distribution network. It's very simple. We take these products, we go share them with others, and LifeVantage takes care of the rest. So in order to get these products, you have to go through a member of the distribution network. Whoever shared this video with you, say, hey, look, I'm interested. They can get you on the website. You can get into the nitty-gritty details if you want to get more details. They could share more stories. I mean, I was sleeping better within 2 weeks. I was waking up before my alarm clock went off and breaking power records on my bike within 6 weeks. Came back from 2 separate knee surgeries in half the time they said I did. I cannot make medical claims. I can't say that it prevents, cures, or treats disease, but I can tell you this. I was recovering faster than any other point in my life when I first started using these products. And even to this day, 8 years later, same thing. So I won't go a day without using these products. And I needed to find a way to get them. I went through the distribution network, initially getting the products on board in my body as a customer, and ultimately quickly upgrading to a distributor because I thought, well, what about my family? What if I want to share this with my loved ones? What about my wife? I want her on it. I had already lost at this point my mom and dad to cancer. I don't want to lose her. I don't want to lose my father-in-law. I don't want to lose my mom's best friend or my aunt or my brother or my in-laws. So all of these folks, I didn't just go ask them to take these products. I told them they were going to take them because the science doesn't lie. It's that powerful. So we have a system. If you're looking at, sharing it with other people, it's simple, guys. You can go big, go small. It's your call. You run this business from your pocket. You share it from a way that fits your lifestyle. We literally have an app on our phones now that you can use, that you can send the videos to people, send them more information, shoot them a cart to check out and buy the products, or shoot them a link to sign on. And you've got an ID number within 5 minutes. And you're already in business at that point. You can start earning commissions that quickly. Should you choose to go that route? Again, it's up to you, whether you want to be a customer or a customer who also shares it with others and gets paid. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. We have a whole team around you. So let's say you want to go down that path. You want to join as a distributor. You'll want to select one of these packs, right? I highlighted the 2 that include the training, the all access passes to the next major corporate events. That's the gold and the platinum pack. You'll notice that it's predominantly product that you're buying. You're saving a ton of money by buying it as in bulk like that. You also typically would add to that the cost of a starter kit. That's why it says $650, $1,250. Knock $50 off right away because this month they're doing the starter kits for free. So all you got to do is buy the product. So you're buying the product pack that you want. They throw the starter kit in for free. You're in business. They take care of the rest. All the corporate side of things, that from producing the product to quality control, shipping it, IT, advertising, customer service, legal, you name it. They give you a website. You literally turn your business on with the flip of a switch. It's that simple. So how does it work? Well, the more you share, the more it grows. So you tell a few other people, you make a little bit of money. Remember I told you, I told my family. So look at those 5 people and figure those are my family members. I went out, told them, and made a little bit of money, right? I just made a small commission for them buying the product as a customer from me. But some of the people that I told said, well, what if I want to go tell some people? So they told a handful of people, right? They maybe told 4 or 5 people each. At that point, all of a sudden, the income started to grow even more. We'll take that one step further, and it's the compound effect. Because as you share it with people, let's say 4 out of 5 of those, in those examples, 4 out of 5 just use the products and continue using the products month after month because they love them. But what if that 5th one each time says, you know what? I want to go share this with some people, and they go share it with 5 people. You can see where you end up with this army of consumers, right? Where 80% of them, in that case, 80% are customers, and the other 20% are teammates of yours sharing this with other people. And that's how this income builds up quickly. We use the example of go find 5 people and they tell 5 people who tell 5 people. Before you know it, guys, you could be making literally a couple $1,000s a month. Maybe it's just a couple $100s a month. Maybe you just want to tell a few people. That's fine. Maybe you want to treat this like a business and replace your income. That's where I ended up going. Initially, I just wanted to tell the people that I loved and cared about and share it and maybe make a couple $100, get my product for free for my wife and I, and maybe enough money left over to pay my cell phone bill. But ultimately, I realized I wasn't the only one doing that. Before you know it, the team had grown and so had the income commensurately. So I kind of summarize it on the simple slide. This is a complicated one. I am not going to go through this in detail, but I throw it in because people are like, how do you get paid? You get paid weekly and monthly. Weekly upfront bonuses, roughly 40% for all of the product that ends up being purchased through your website. So somebody signs on as a customer, buys $100 worth of product, you make $40. If somebody signs on as a distributor and buys $500 worth of product, you make $200. It's that simple. Long term, as those orders ship out again, you don't have to go talk to them over and over again. That was the part that I didn't realize how valuable it was that residual income. Residual income, guys, is so powerful. So powerful. It means you do the work once and continue to get paid. I have customers to this day that I told about this 8 years ago that are still to this day purchasing the product on a monthly basis, and I'm still earning a commission on a monthly basis. So that's why when people ask, well, how much money, what's the potential to be made? How much did you make in your first month? I tell them I don't know because I'm still getting paid for work that I did in that very first month back in March 2011, believe it or not. There's not many other jobs or careers where you can say that. Maybe sports folks or writers or I have a friend, he's a pretty famous actor. You know, he's still getting royalties for films that he did 10 years ago, 20 years ago now. Whoops, dating myself, over 20 years ago. But he's still getting royalties from those films. But that's about it. You know, if you're not sing, write books, singer, songwriter, write books, athlete, actor, it's rare to get that income that keeps coming in from doing the work once and continuing to get paid. That's what this is all about, guys. We're building a consumer network at the end of the day. That network may be just consumers or consumers who get paid, AKA distributors. I'm not going to go into the Life Venture program except to say the company gives you the title to the Jeep at certain ranks, and you can share in 4%, up to 4% of global revenue, not profit, but revenue. If you want to know more about that, ask the person that shared it with you. This is what I always ask people to share. Put your money where your mouth is, right? This shows you that you don't have to be at the very top rank of this company to start earning income that makes a difference, right? So we have 10 ranks in the company, plus an executive of the 10th rank. And as you go down the right-hand side, look at the monthly averages. So you'll note at premier ranks, even at 4, 5, and 6, right there in the dead center of our rank system, you'll note that people are making anywhere from $1,000 to $6,000 a month. Guys, Premier Pro 6s replaces virtually 90% of the incomes in the US, right? There are the 10 percenters that are making over 6 figures in the US, but 90% of the US is making under 6 figures, and Premier Pro 6 replaces that. It's possible to go Pro 6 in a matter of months. I think I did it in 18 months. I've seen it done in 3 years or 4 years. What if it took 5 years to get to a point where you have a residual income that's paying you, what, $70,000 a year? That it's worth it. And obviously the sky's the limit from there, but you can take a look at that. Ask the person who shared this webinar with you, tell them, look, put me on your website, and this is listed right there at the bottom under the resources. So is the income. So is how we get paid. So here's what I was taught, right? The traditional plan at the top. You go to school for 20 years to learn, right? Graduate from high school or college, get a job, work for 40 to 50 years, earning money in hopes that one day you're going to be able to retire, in hopes that you saved up enough money, in hopes that perhaps Social Security will be there, in hopes that the market doesn't crash or that something doesn't happen to you and you don't crash beforehand, and you make it to what? 60, 65, 70, 75 years of age, and then you can, quote, retire and live your life, right? Sounds amazing, except when it doesn't work. Like in the case of my parents, my mom medically retired, died at 59. My dad retired at 57 and passed away by 62. So that part on the right-hand side of the graph, we don't know how long that's going to last. So why do that when you could go to school for 20 years, same thing, and then get into this profession? Maybe you're already 40 years old, or like I was. When I learned about it, I was just under 40 years old. But the thing is, literally within 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, who knows how many, you're learning how to do the business. We're teaching you how to do this, teaching you how to make $1,000 a month, 2,000, 5,000 bucks a month, and you're earning along the way. You don't have to wait until you get to the end. You're earning along the way. And then you get to a point where it's the residual part of it is big enough that you're just living life. You're not thinking about, well, how much longer do I have to work? When am I going to be able to retire? Am I going to be able to retire? Am I going to have enough money saved away? If you have the income rolling in on a monthly basis, you don't think about those things. Your life is not dictated by money, but by what you want to do instead. So a little bit more about the company. Somehow these slides got flipped out. This was supposed to be a while ago, but kind of already told you it was on ABC Primetime. We've been selling the product since 2003, but we switched into direct sales in 2009, network marketing. We just celebrated 10 years, our 10-year anniversary. We're going to have a big old party in Kansas City, Missouri, July 19th and 20th. So make sure you're there for that. We're publicly traded on NASDAQ. Guys, I've told so many people there's a lot of privately held companies I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole because they're here today, gone tomorrow. You don't know what they're going to do. But a publicly held company, you can own shares of stock in your own company this way. It's fully transparent. You can see that we've had 2 back-to-back huge quarters, 2 blockbuster quarters back-to-back, our 2 biggest quarters we've ever had in the history of LifeVantage, that we just added Erin Brockovich to our board of directors. Are you kidding me? She's amazing, done so many things for, quote, the little guy, right? To help us be able to fight big pharma or to fight big industry where they're polluting the environment and doing things. She's all about health, wellness, and what people are doing to their bodies. She chose us to come on to our board of directors. So we have amazing leadership in this company, and we're in a bunch of countries already. We're already open in 21 different markets. If you sit there and break out the individual countries along the way, plus Belgium's already on board. It says, Belgium is coming soon, like next month, I think it is, by the end of June. Just added Ireland to the mix. Spain was added the month before that. So we're constantly expanding our global footprint. I know a lot of you go, yeah, but I don't know anybody in Wales. Well, you might not now, but you know somebody who knows somebody that's from Wales. And they've got family back there waiting for these products, and they just need you. They need you to say yes and to share it with that first friend who shares it with the second friend who shares it with their family back home. And before you know it, you have a global business that's not fully dependent on what's going on here, but what's going on in the world. And speaking of the world, these are just some of the places that we've helped out along the way. Guys, when you look through that list, I heard this. For our 10-year anniversary, they were sharing some of the statistics. 23 million bottles of Protandim have been shipped worldwide. 23 million bottles of Protandim. We've done 1.6 billion as a company in combined revenue over those 10 years, paying out close to 700 million in commissions. And we've built 24 houses for people that just didn't have them and given away millions and millions of dollars to others in need through these programs through money that we've raised through our LifeVantage Legacy. So if you're doing it for no other reason than to give back, this is an opportunity to give back to the world in which we live in, right? So I'm going to ask you this question. What if you were in one of those companies on the left-hand side before everybody knew about it? Would it be worth it, right? We all know when you look down that list on the left-hand side, those companies are massive. People have become millionaires as a result, sometimes billionaires as a result of getting involved in those companies before everybody knew about it. We're giving you an opportunity to get involved with LifeVantage before it's a household name, before everybody knows about it. So I want to share this. I talked about our 10-year anniversary, and I'm going to close with this video. It kind of highlights a little bit of what's happened over that time. Enjoy.
LifeVantage began in a lab with a single powerful scientific discovery. A discovery that proved the people around us have more capacity, potential, and ability within them than we have been led to believe. At LifeVantage, we can no longer accept the limits of the human condition. So we began introducing the world to biohacking. The idea that you can be better today than you were yesterday. That you can take control of your own biology. That your health doesn't have to decline as you get older. You don't have to simply accept the hand you've been dealt. In just a few short years, LifeVantage has brought biohacking to the mainstream, shortening the gap between cutting-edge scientific research and the customer. Every day in research labs around the world, we are learning how much more our bodies can do for us if we only flip the right internal switches. So we're creating products that flip those switches. And we're doing it with a dedication to quality and safety and a different approach to selling those products. Sure, we could have gone the expected route. Sold our products on big box shelves just like everyone else. In fact, at first we did just that. But we realized something. Our product sales were fueled by word of mouth and personal success stories, not marketing dollars. So we stopped paying big box stores and started paying our customers for what they were already doing, which allowed us to eliminate the gamble of traditional advertising in favor of performance-based payouts. And in the process, we ended up turning biohacking into a movement, empowering women, minorities, and all entrepreneurs to break societal barriers and realize what they're capable of, fueled by the power of a leveraged income. From 127 biohackers when we began to over 1 million in less than a decade. The movement has become a global phenomenon with no signs of slowing down. And our products aren't the only way we're investing in human potential. We're creating hardworking technology using AI, machine learning, and mobility to make it as easy to run a LifeVantage business as it is to take an Uber.
Welcome to the LifeVantage app.
Because of that first profound discovery, we are fiercely dedicated to helping others see what we have seen, to see the immense potential in those around us. It's an inspiring way to see the world. It's why the biohacker movement continues to grow at a blistering pace. It's why giving back to our communities is a fundamental core belief. And it's why in a few short years, we have expanded into 15 countries and counting and grown from one groundbreaking nutrigenomic product to over 20. It's why we now have relationships with CEOs, sports teams, and influencers. It's why LifeVantage has grown from $3 million in revenue our first year to closing in on $250 million. And it's why we will never stop. Because to change the way the world sees, you can't merely settle for different. You have to be better and engineer a world of potential in the process.
Guys, that is a powerful video. The simple story is that at LifeVantage, we're helping you make your life better, whether that's better health, better wealth, better friendships, better speaking, better leadership, whatever it is that you're looking for. Those opportunities exist. It just takes you saying yes. It takes you jumping on board with the person who shared this webinar with you and saying, look, I'm ready to get started. Maybe you have a few more questions. Let us help answer those questions for you so that you can get started on your way to financial freedom, to healthy living with LifeVantage. So thanks for joining tonight, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye for now.